Alrighty. Hey, everybody. It's Creative Constructs here. Jumping right in as we get going on some Satisfactory. Hopefully you all are having a good week so far. As I mentioned in the chat, it is my Friday. I don't have work tomorrow or Thursday or Friday. Happy U.S. Thanksgiving Day to everyone out there that observes. Very thankful for everything. Thankful for my house, my family, my friends, everybody. Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and jump in. So quite a bit has developed over time. Part of it is just mat farming and just kind of letting the system run. But we're going to dive in over here and take a look at a few things. So the first thing we're going to take a look at is actually going to be in our dimensional depot. It's going to check to see how we're doing on farming our pressure conversion cubes. We're at 105, which is awesome. That means 105 pressure conversion cubes not only have been created at my upper base, but also have been transported via train down to my nuclear base for us to use for advancing our efforts on plutonium. So that's good. Nope, too fast. I wanted to exit there. I've also done a little bit more at distribution here, so at getting things to and from the trains. So I did a little bit of cleanup down there, cleaned up a few of the belts, still a little spaghetti-ish, but not nearly as bad as it was, and also a lot more materials are flowing down there. Also up here, we have our nitrogen gas flowing up to the upper base, and also further utilization of that bus conveyor feeding materials up to that upper base. So let's go take a look at the upper base. You can see the bus moving materials here, although it's mostly right now, it's mostly on limestone. It looks like some of my other flow of my crystal oscillators and computers have slowed down, as well as my heavy modular frames, but we're still moving through. This is my pressure conversion cube creation assembler. And then up here, we've also expanded. None of this was here before. We've expanded for production for not only the fused modular frames, which is what's here, but then also over here, we're also producing, and that's where a lot of those oscillators went. And you can kind of see it going over here. We're also creating the radio control units that we need in order to make those pressure conversion cubes. So that's kind of where we've been at. Also, I addressed my issue of water consumption so that we can keep this moving. It still isn't perfect, but I now have a branch off heading over into here and then using that limestone to create wet concrete, which goes directly into right in here. This blueprint, if you don't remember, this blueprint has a built-in awesome sink. So it's just basically just burning water and limestone, which is fine. You can kind of see we're also still having it contribute into the water flow into the system here to regurgitate it back through and keep pushing. But this way it's not getting as locked down. It's not getting as caught up. And the Illumina solution is much more in control, not overfilling and locking the system down as well. So we're getting a lot of that iron, or a lot of that aluminum scrap, etc., and really generating the materials that I, wanted to be generating. So it's kind of where we are at this point. Now, further on this, radio control units are starting to build up, which means that the dimensional depot is full up. Now, we're not full up yet here. This is the fused modules. Or fused modular frames, rather. Let me just get down there. Further down, here we go. 183 of 250. So we're still getting there on that. It's splitting half and half. But head into here and see what we're most short on for this, and that's going to be actually the radio control units, surprising enough, is where that's stalling out. We have enough fused modular frames in each one of those to produce for a little while. So let's go take a look and see what is holding up our radio control units. Oof. Everything. Oh, it's also saying no power. Why is it saying no power? Should have power. Nothing is offline. That's quite concerning and confusing. Well, there's your problem. I don't know why that, oops, I hit the wrong key there. No idea. It must have been something when I was cleaning something up that didn't take right, but there we go. Radio control unit back up and running there. Did it do it to this one too? Oh, that one stayed connected. Interesting. Now this one's running low on computers up here. Let's see, computers are doing kind of okay there, but we need to probably boost production. Let's just take a look at our modulars while we're at it. Use modular frames. Yeah, they're doing just fine. So the aluminum casings could probably do a little bit more. So aluminum cases and computers. So let's go take a look at that. So the aluminum casings, they're flowing. Plenty of aluminum ingot. I'm going to boost production here. That'll help. Pop that up to 150. Let's see, where else do we have them feeding in from here? Okay, so it's still also cross-feeding, which I'm not super crazy about doing that because that's one of the reasons why I'm running a little bit lower. But that's how I'm kind of splitting it half and half here. But I don't know that I need that many of them over at the north base, so I might turn off the north base feed for a little bit. But let's go check first. Oof. Empty fluid tanks have definitely taken hold. But why are they going there? Do I have something set up on my timetable where it's not picking it up? Empty fluid tanks. Yep, they're right there. They should be unloading there unless they're full. Green Goblin also runs it. It's also picking up the fluid tanks. Should be dropping them off over at Oil Baron. I might just be overloading the production though. Might just be too high emphasis on them. So I might need to dial those back a little bit. Yeah, it is a high concentration of those coming through. So we're definitely going to need to adjust the flow of that in a minute. Let's go over to the base and take a look. So what we're checking over here is just take a look at the aluminum casings supply to see where we're at and see if we still need more. That is aluminum sheets, copper rolls. Here we go, aluminum casings. Okay, so these are still flowing and pushing over to this side, which are being used at this blender. Yeah, we don't need to be putting a ton of emphasis on turbo rifle ammo right now. So I'm going to go ahead and just turn that off because that's the only reason why I've been setting it over here. It hasn't been splitting out to any other source to my knowledge. I am curious though. I don't have these filtering out anywhere. Oh no. So it's not unloading them at all. Oh, right, because you're not supposed to unload here. But it's not taking him there either. Come back. Come back. I missed it. I need to go over to the oil baron depot and take a look at what's going on over there. So it must be already full. But at least we know now that we can just stop on the aluminum casings over here and just have them 100% focus on up at the northern base. On our way back over. Well, there's your problem. Completely overstocked. And that's not using them anymore because that is also overstocked. So I can just draw back on the overall usage of those tanks. See, the crystal oscillators do exist. There's a couple of them going up the belt right now, faster than me. Okay, so we're going to draw back production of this to like 10 a minute. That'll average out. And we can also turn off aluminum casings. Going off to the right and focus all of those aluminum casings going back into the system over here. So that'll help. Just looking at our various production paths. Do I really only have one constructor making those? I might need to change that. I'm also going to do a little bit of an adjustment here since I don't need as many of those. A couple quick edits here. Oof, that is tight. Just going to make a quick audible on that. That'll be a better performance loop there because then I can do that. Except I always got to pay attention to which way the arrow's going. Hits me more often than not. It's a beautiful thing right there. Well, there we have it. Now we should be taking care of on the input on that. Let's take a look at the other side. Squared away there. We still have a computer issue. Computer supply. The aluminum casings are good. Let's go into our blender. that is also back up and running at full capacity with the aluminum casing. So we're good there. Aluminum casing issue has been resolved. Now we need to solve the computer problem. Just gonna let myself fall until I get the recharge from the rail. Boom.